Welcome back! We almost finished the design and have only 2 slides left. In the last section, we want our audience to make the decision and take action. Move the text up and let's change the background color. I want to have the similar color to slide 14, but a bit darker. Let's open the color panel and change to RGB 220, 207, 191. Good, now I want to create a complex shape. First, draw the standard triangle. Change its size to 151 height and 528 width. Let's make it dark gray, our primary color, and remove the border. And align it to center. Also, let's add the shadow, offset center. Change the shadow transparency to 79% and blur to 13. Good, now we need to duplicate it and change the color to pink. Open the rotation menu, Format, Rotate, More rotation options, and rotate it 120 degrees. Next, let's adjust its position, so it was above the first rectangle, and align it to its left side. Leave a small distance between triangles. You can use the keyboard arrows to move it to the right position. Also, we need to add one more triangle. Let's select the bottom one and duplicate it. Change the color to blue. Now, open the rotation options of the third triangle and rotate to 140 degrees. And place it on the opposite side of the pink one. Finally, we need to align them, so the distance between all triangles was equal. Take your time to do it. Alright, let's select all 3 triangles and group them. Next, we need to duplicate the group of shapes by pressing Ctrl D. Change the size of the new shape to 5.8 in height and width. Also, let's change the color to white. You don't need to change the color of each shape, just click the group of shapes and select the new color. Let's move the white triangles backward and adjust their position, so they were positioned under the colored one. Align the shapes so there was no white color in the center. Great, I like it. And one more important detail before we add our image. Insert the new shape, the circle. Change its size to 232 in height and width. Make it white, and for the border apply linear gradient. The left gradient position RGB 217, 217, 217. And the right one 191, 191, 191. Direction linear down. And change the border width to 275. Place it in the center of our triangles. Also, we need to add the same shadow as for the triangles. Shadow, offset center, shadow transparency 79% and blur 13. Now we can add the image. Insert the slide 16 clock. Change its size to 213 height. And let's place it in the center of the oval. Great, I like it. Also, we need to add the clock hands. First, let's add a small circle that will hold the clock hands. Make it 0.1 in width and height. Let's change its color to RGB 127, 127, 127. Remove the border and add the shadow, offset center. Now we need to position the small circle in the center of the clock. We can zoom up so it was easier to work. Next, let's create the clock hands. Insert the new shape, line arrow, from the center circle to the 12-hour position. Make it blue and change its line width to 1.5. Also, change the end arrow type to stealth arrow. Good, it is our minute hand. Next, draw another arrow from the center and point it to 4 o'clock. It is the hour hand, so it should be a bit shorter than the previous one. Change its width to 3 and make it dark gray as the bottom triangle. Change the end arrow to stealth arrow. Don't worry if the center side of the arrow is positioned on top of the center circle. We will hide it later. Now we have the last one, the second hand. Create a new arrow and point it to 8 o'clock. This one should be the longest one. Change the color to pink, width to 0.75 and make it stealth arrow. Good, now adjust the size and position of all 3 arrows, so they look consistent. Now select the middle circle and bring it to front. OK, we can zoom out. Let's adjust the position of the entire shape to leave space for the text. Select all shapes and group them. Move the group shape up to the top of the slide. Now select the text, word presentation and cut it. Paste to the empty space and move it down to the bottom of the slide. Change the font to lighter black, uppercase, color to dark gray, and align the text to the center. Now let's change the font. I want to use 2 different font sizes for one word. Select the first 2 letters and change the size to 115. Do the same with the last 2 letters. And the rest letters in the middle, 74. Also, select the entire word and change the letter spacing to loose. OK, good. Now we adjust its position at the bottom of the slide. Next, select the rest text and bring it to front. Change the font to lighter black, size 32, add the default text shadow, capitalize each word, and make it pink. Now position it above the first word between the big letters. Great, we finished this slide and can move to the last one.